I thought I would take advantage of the beautiful weather we're having here in the Texas Panhandle. This is the 2nd of January 2017. This is a brand new YouTube channel, and I don't have a whole lot to show you right now as far as projects. I've kind of been letting things slide, but that's about to get ramped up really big. What I have here is 2 large tubs of walking Egyptian onions and 1 small pot here that also unfortunately has a dead American elm tree that volunteered in this pot. I decided I would let it grow and see if I could make a bonsai out of it. However, the summers in the Texas Panhandle can get really dry and really hot. I took a trip and came back and found that the tree was dead, but the onions actually survived. And there's a story behind these onions, and I will share some of that with you later. For right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out this pot. You may notice that there's hardly any green right now on these onions, and these onions are actually capable of growing all year round, and you can harvest the leaves and use them in soups and all types of culinary dishes. So I'm kind of missing getting some of these onions in some of my meals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of clean this up a little bit, and then I'm going to take it inside. This is my motor home here. I don't have a whole lot of room, but I think I've got enough room for this. And in a few minutes, I'm going to change locations and show you some more things I'm going to get started. And it's going to be sort of an experiment, and we'll see how that goes. So what I have here is basically scraps that I have saved from, well, there's coffee grounds, eggshells, some peppers that went bad on me and no longer edible. So I just throw all these kitchen scraps in a bucket like this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rip this tree out of here. You can see there's absolutely nothing left of any kind of roots or anything. It's completely dead. Now I don't want to put a hard woody material like this into my little compost, but all of these leaves from these onions I will certainly put in there. They will break down pretty quickly. So let's clean this out a little bit. In a moment here, I will do a close-up shot so that you can see that there is a little bit of green on these plants. I doubt you can tell it from that distance. And I'll just rake up all these other leaves from other plants that have fallen in here as well. And in a week or so, we'll come back and revisit this once I've got it set inside, and we'll see whether or not that they survive. Now, I did tell you that I lost that tree because the pot dried out. However, these walking Egyptian onions have actually been in here for several years. I probably need to transplant them and put them in another pot. They've been in here probably far too long, but I don't want to traumatize them at this point in time. I'm just going to go ahead and subject them to a much warmer environment so that they will begin to start to grow leaves again. And we'll see that, like I say, in about a week. These other tubs out here are a little bit larger, and they will survive through our winter just fine. Normally this time of year it's extremely cold, and we do have some of that cold weather on the way, and many times we will get heavy snows, but they seem to last just fine. As a matter of fact, the fellow that I originally got these onions from grew them in number 2 tubs, galvanized tubs. Around here, a lot of folks refer to them as wash tubs, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let me do a little close-up. So there you see the pod has been cleared out. And then I'll pan up here. Now you can see there's just a few green leaves in there. And normally during the winter time, you will see just a tad bit of green on those plants. If they do die back, they are well rooted and they will come back when we get warmer weather. All right, so now it's time to move to another location, and I'll show you how to get some garlic started. We're going to be testing 2 different types of garlic, so hang with me.